Morning, Will. Um, really excited about the timeline that we're working on now with some of the stuff we've got going on, and really getting excited about future projects and just everything's looking so good. We've got a lot of ambition and a lot of follow through. We're both persistent people who don't give up no matter what's in front. And the stuff that we're talking about down the road, Q3, Q4, we're going to start having conversations about taking the actual brick and mortar company digital. That's really exciting. Some of the stuff that you and I have talked about getting around the office and whatnot. Really excited about that stuff, and I'm just feeling really good about the projects that we're working on now and the projects coming down the line. That being said, today's video is going to be really simple. I got a chance to get my boy for an extra day today, so I've got him today, just in case you hear somebody knocking on the door. But he's in there eating breakfast. So basically, what we're looking at is the CRM. And I put the link in Slack. There's nothing for you to do today except to make sure that you can log in okay and just watch this video. There won't be anything for you to do today, but tomorrow you'll be doing drop counts, which should be pretty easy for you. And I'm going to show you how to do that here in just a second. Make sure that you save the link like we do up here in the bookmark, and you can see the link there. Now is companies. See it there, companies. Contacts, companies. Just in case you get lost, because this is a really, really deep piece of software. There are a lot of different channels and areas and different types of stuff, and they've got entire stacks, like different pieces of software, marketing software and stuff that all comes together. And down the line, I can take their course. They've got a course. It's a free course. I'll take that. That way I can get a good look at all their different stuff, because it's a really popular company, HubSpot. So they might have other tools for us that we can use, and a lot of their stuff is free. I got a speck on my glasses here. It's driving me nuts. About to get a new pair. Alright, so this isn't going to take very long. So if you get lost at all, you just hit your button up here that you got saved, or you go to contacts and companies. So this is the only view we use. In Salesforce, they're called views or rooms. Everything that we need is all in one space. And so basically, you have these different columns. All of this has been created from scratch. All of this has been customized from scratch. And it's pretty nice. So we've got name of companies. We've got the status. Active, inactive, needs a call, needs drop. We've got the phone number all there in one area. We've got the point of contact, drop count, full address, route number, that has to do with the logistics, and then notations, which has its own pretty straightforward and simple format. So let's take a look here. Right now we've got about half to 2/3 of the accounts in, and as you know, I'm really quick at this stuff, so it's really exciting. We've got 2 full weeks to basically just get some stuff done that's is not too difficult. We've gotten a lot of the legwork done. This customization of all of this has been done from scratch and would typically be a really difficult task to take on. Just another one knocked out of the park. That's why I get really excited about this stuff, because we're just, the way we plow through things. Excuse me. Like I said, this video is not going to take too long. So basically, each column you can organize. Like for instance, you see these up and down arrows. If I was to click on this column header up here, it would organize them alphabetically. And then if I clicked it again, it would organize them alphabetically in reverse. This would organize them by status, phone number, all that good stuff. The only thing that I'm really going to be using when it comes to organizing by columns is route number. Excuse me. For instance, when I'm out on the road, I'll want to organize things by route number. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and those might be 5 locations that are right there in Whitestown, and they'll be organized logistically, if that's a word. And then 6 through 10 or 12 or what have you might be over in Zionsville, and then the next ones might be over on the other side. Just depending on how the logistics work out. So that's the only time you would organize these columns, really, is if you're on the road. Basically, the last kind of stuff that I have to show you, everything we need is all here in one view, one space, which is really nice. And you can actually access things. Let's go to one that says needs drop. We'll go to, basically you see every account you highlight over, it says preview. You would just click preview, and all of this has been customized. All of this is done from scratch. It's really cool. So basically you have your name, everything that you have in your main view, you have in the About Company view. So you've got everything here in the same order. All you have to do to change the drop count is to come over here, and then you put in the number, click save, and then there it changes, exit, go to the next one, drop count, 35, save, exit. So basically you just hit preview on the account, you go to drop count, you make the change that you need to make, click save, and then exit. Pretty straightforward. Really straightforward in how we've customized this. Like I said, there's a lot of layers to this software. Individual contacts and all kinds of different crazy stuff. We don't need all of that. For instance, point of contact. Point of contact is, in my opinion, in my professional opinion, because I have a lot of experience with making phone calls. I have a ton of experience in that realm, and I have quite a bit of experience using software like this. So, in my professional opinion, point of contact in this scenario, in our situation, is not. It's just an extra piece of information. For instance, I find it a lot more advantageous for me to just wheel and deal. For me to just pick up the phone, dial in the number, and then find my way in there, no matter who I'm talking to. For instance, like Cheyenne, this point of contact for Carmel Clay Animal Hospital, that might just be the front desk girl. Next quarter, she might not even work there anymore. You know what I mean? And then you kind of look at it from the other angle. Let's look at it from a point of contact where we've developed like the main person, like the head honcho, which is when you're I've got a lot of head hunting experience as well, which is basically developing a point of contact that's influential in what you're trying to do, whether it's parts or whatever department you're trying to have the influential point of contact in. So this would be a good example of headhunting, okay, which is a great point of contact. But the thing is we want to keep our foot in the door. And you know how veterinarians can be. If he's going to be doing vet stuff. This is below his pay grade, and if we pester him too much, and we have made this marketing material to benefit these businesses, but at the same time, pushing, operating with the front desk gal, yeah, works great. You can outsmart them, whatever it is. I don't know. But in two months, that person might not be there anymore. And if we pester the head honcho too much, we might not be able to keep our foot in the door. So it makes a lot more sense. It's a lot more advantageous to just pick up the phone, for me at least, to just pick up the phone, dial in, and find my way to the finish line. So I don't intend. I like to keep the point of contact for due diligence purposes, but it's not like when I pick up the phone, I'm going to be asking for that person. It's much better for our numbers. It's much better for the bottom line to just pick up the phone and wheel and deal. So other than that, I guess going over the notations. Let me check my time. Okay, yeah, we're good. We're just about to wrap up here. So this preview window is how you make changes. And here's your drop count. And here's the format for notations. So let's go to one that has an actual notation. Like these guys. You can see the day, the date, the time, not Wednesdays. So that means don't do a drop on Wednesdays. Entered into CRM. Let's look at these guys. Disconnected. And you can see more, and you could look at notations ad infinitum. No matter how long they were, you just keep scrolling down. And basically when you have a new note, you just, you copy this and drop it down, put this guy in there, line that up. Then you would change the date or the day to Monday, and I can't remember what the date is today. It's like the 21st. And you go in and put the time. So it's pretty straightforward. I mean, everything, what we're doing is getting a mix between, really when you think about what we're doing is pretty basic. It's a pretty simple thing. They're not sales calls in which we have to schmooze people. Basically just pick up the phone, find our way in, get the marketing material in their hands, and then they move. We're just going the extra mile by having all this information in one view in the cloud, in the CRM, and it's cataloged, and we're not doing a bunch of paper with notations all over the place. For instance, I can't read cursive. I know that sounds funny, but I learned cursive as a kid, but I can't read it now. But basically, that's okay. So that's the notations and how that works. Pretty much everything else is straightforward. I think everything else has been explained fine. The drop down for status is active, inactive, needs call, needs drop. So you see these ones that are on needs drop. Once the drop is hit while I'm on the road, I would change the needs drop just to active. And then if they called us requesting a drop, we'd change it to needs drop. We change things to needs call when it's about time to make calls, or basically that's pretty self-explanatory. Everything's pretty straightforward, which is what I really like about this now that it's been customized. Before it was customized, it was way too in depth. It was just way too complicated. So everything's been boiled down. Like I said, we got about 2/3 of the accounts in here. Nothing for you to do today. Tomorrow, all you got to do is come in and look at the company, get into the preview, and you're only doing the needs drop ones. So you basically just come in there and you put in the number 50, save, boom, exit, boom, piece of cake. This is really nice. So that's it for this. If you have any questions, make sure you ask them today. Like I said, we're already ahead of schedule. You already know that I'm really fast with this stuff, and I'm always finding shortcuts to get from A to B. And we're ahead of schedule, so Nothing for you to do today, but just make sure that you ask your questions and make sure that you can log in okay and make sure you watch the video. All right, man. I will talk to you soon. Probably give you a call here and just talk to you for a little bit. All right. I'm out of time. Take care.